What is up, my friends? So today is going to be the new episode of the podcast. So this is coming out on a Saturday, and this is the Saturday, the 25th of September. So we can definitely say maybe this is the fifth episode. I believe we're on the fifth one. I did a fourth one, and that was like where I talked about Pearl and Barbarian. So that was where I was trying to do the podcast like live, and that was an experience because we were trying to do that on YouTube, and I think it was working out good. And then all of a sudden, we just started having these problems, and it's just like, where are we going with this? Because I'm just here trying to make it as best as I can, and by the end of it, I just got nothing good out of it at all. And so now I'm just here like, yeah, we're gonna take a break from trying to do that, and we're just gonna go ahead and do this like how we always do it, like on here, just recorded and then put up later on. So many things, so much stuff is coming to. We do have some special stuff that we're anticipating on doing pretty soon as well. I don't want to give too much away right now, but it's going to be on the main channel, which is our YouTube channel, where we're going to be I'm not gonna say it. We're just gonna surprise you with it. So stay tuned for that. We're so close to 25K as well as our YouTube channel, which is exciting. And we also just almost are about to hit 1,000 views on our website as well, which is awesome as well. So there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about today, and also I just want to go ahead and thank each and every one of you who continue to listen to our podcast, watch our videos. All of that really means a lot, honestly, because y'all make it happen. And yeah, it's gonna be very good this next month, and as the channel grows as well, we're getting into some more and more insane stuff as well. So it's gonna be crazy. The first week of October is pretty jam-packed with a lot of things we're gonna be covering, and we'll talk more about that as we get closer. But let's start off with this new news about The Nun 2. We'll have Storm Reed in the upcoming movie that will be actually from Michael Chavez, who did Curse of La Llorona, as well as The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. So that's an interesting pick right here. I think he did a great job with The Conjuring and La Llorona. I am excited to see what he wants to do with The Nun. I'm not sure what to think of The Nun right now, because I did enjoy the first Nun movie. I think Valak is one of the best looking new monsters we have, but I'm not too sure exactly how much more they can give us of Valak that wouldn't have felt like something that we've already had, right? So we'll definitely see what that is. So The Nun 2 will arrive in theaters in a year exactly, September 8th, 2023. So we got a while to go for that. And here's what the plot synopsis says. 1956 France, a priest is murdered, and evil is spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit The Nun follows Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with the demonic force Valak, the demon nun. So we had the first movie that came out in 2018. That movie was set in 1952 in Romania. And so it's interesting that Irene will be returning. Of course, Taissa Farmiga, who is Vera Farmiga's sister, is taking on the role of the nun here. So Sister Irene returning is definitely going to be interesting. So The Nun actually did pretty good at the box office, $365 million worldwide. So of course we knew that there was going to be a return of Valak. We do have Akila Cooper, who wrote Malignant, writing The Nun 2. So I think we're about to get into some very interesting stuff for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much all we know for this movie right now. Like I said, I'm excited. I think that The Nun 2 has a lot of potential. I like The Nun, the first movie, it was okay. I think it made me jump for sure. But then again, a lot of things make me jump, so I'm not too sure how I feel about it in itself. But as long as it can entertain me, as long as it brings something new to the table, and it's not just the same old rehash of things, I think I'm there for it. So hopefully we'll get something interesting with this movie, and hopefully it'll be good. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on The Nun 2, which will be out next year. And are you excited or not? Let me know. But let's move on to our next story, which is Final Destination 6 is on the way for HBO Max. So the Final Destination franchise is one I hold near and dear to my heart. I think this is one of those franchises where I don't think I can ever hate any of the series entries that we've gotten, because I think all of them add a certain like dimension. And these are movies I don't ever go into expecting something philosophical or some breakthrough to happen. I go into these just give me my popcorn, give me my soda, and I'm just going to enjoy this. That's all. I don't care if there's a plot that makes sense or a story. I'm just here to see something like go and happen. And that's what they always give. So Final Destination 6 is going to come to us from directors Zach Lebowski and Adam B. Stein, who did Freaks, and it will be produced by John Watts, of course, who has done the Spider-Man series, as well as Guy Busick from Scream 2021, and also Laurie Evans Taylor from Wicked Wicked. So this is interesting of these two directing, and also those two writing it. I think that we're going to get something interesting with that. And so this is what we actually had Final Destination creator Jeffrey Reddick tease about what we can expect from this new movie. He says, "I will say that it's not just going to be another kind of, we set up a group of people, they cheat death, and then just death gets them." And there's one wrinkle that we kind of added to every movie to kind of change it up a little bit. This one is a true Final Destination movie, but it doesn't follow that kind of formula we've kind of established. So very ambiguous, very much so not letting you know what it's all going to be about. We don't know much yet about what's to come, but it sounds interesting. The pitch was interesting as well, how they pitched it over Zoom, where after the Zoom ended, the directors actually had a thing where they were doing the Zoom with some people that were pitching the movie to, and then something catches on fire, a fan falls, and then decapitates one, and it was just something they had pre-recorded, and I think that's definitely a way to get the attention of the producers, right? So like I said, it is definitely interesting. I'm excited. I think that these are very fun movies, and they definitely add a lot of, I feel, entertainment. And I think the way that horror is sort of moving right now, I think this one's coming at a right time, right? Especially with a lot of the movies that we've been getting so far. It is like no better time for this franchise to return for sure. So I'm excited for it, and I do hope it does well. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled for this one, but let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you're excited or not for another Final Destination, bring back Tony Todd. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm there, seated at the theater or at my house on HBO, because nowadays we never know how it goes, right? So moving on to Cloverfield 2, which has actually found a director with Babak Amvari. So Babak Amvari actually is the director of Under the Shadow, which I think was a great movie. Definitely very under the radar, but it is worth checking out, I feel. Wounds is a movie new of theirs that I have not checked out, but I've heard some good stuff from it as well. So Cloverfield 2 is officially in the works, and it's been 15 years since we got the last one, which pretty much saw a giant monster terrorize New York City. We then got the very, very good 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is still the best Cloverfield movie in my opinion. After that, we got the Cloverfield Paradox. I don't want to talk about that one. But now we do have this movie that is going to be Cloverfield 2. J.J. Adams. I'm recording this really late at night after recording other videos, so bear with me. But J.J. Abrams is producing with Bad Robot, and he will also have Joe Barton writing the script, and Babak Amvari is going to be directing. Now, I think that they have a great eye, just from what I've seen in Under the Shadow, and I think that Cloverfield, it's going to be interesting what they're going to bring to the table with this one that we haven't seen done yet. Because I feel like 10 Cloverfield Lane was such an intimate Cloverfield movie. Cloverfield Paradox was a much more grand movie. And Cloverfield, the original, was very much so its own thing as well. So I'm not expecting it to feel like anything else, but I'm also expecting it to sort of tie in to J.J. Abrams' first Cloverfield, which came out in 2008. So we'll see what happens with that, but let me know your thoughts and opinions. Are you excited for a new Cloverfield movie, or are you just like, I don't know how I feel? Because I feel the same way, where I'm like, this could be interesting, but I'm also like, this could be bad. So, it's an interesting dilemma we have here of whether or not we're excited for this or not. But I'm excited just based on who the director is, so we'll see. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on Final Destination 6. Now, speaking of upcoming movies as well, we do have Knock at the Cabin, which is M. Night Shyamalan's new apocalyptic horror, and this one looks really good. So we have Dave Bautista, Rupert Grint, Nikki Amuka Bird, as well as Ben Aldridge and Jonathan Groff here. And so this is what the synopsis reads. While vacationing at a remote cabin, a young girl and her parents are taken hostage by four armed strangers who demand that the family make an unthinkable choice to avert the apocalypse. With limited access to the outside world, the family must decide what they believe before all is lost. So this one looked really good. This is M. Night Shyamalan, and it's from a story from a national best-selling book called The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. Now, I've looked into this as well. If you don't want any spoilers, don't look into this because you will get those spoilers. So the film will be directed by M. Night Shyamalan, as well as we're going to have the producers from Servant, Glass, and Split here. And by the way, if you're not watching Servant, you are doing yourself a disservice because one of the best shows out right now. So I did see this trailer when it first came out. I remember there was a little viral marketing campaign going with it on Twitter where it was like, oh, at 12 a.m. PST, get ready to see who's knocking at the door. And I was thinking something big was going to happen. We do get Batista's big self here, but it's still pretty good, honestly. This trailer left me wanting to see what was going to happen. And it sort of plays out in a way where it's like these people who are here at the door aren't really themselves something like supernatural or scary, right? They more or less are just people who believe something so strongly that they would go out and hurt someone for those beliefs. And I think that makes something much more scarier. Like I've always said, I think humans are scarier than anything we can ever do. And so I think once you add this sort of make it much more believable that, you know what, there's these people here who just want to hurt us, and they're going to do whatever it takes to do what they think is necessary. So we have to really be careful with what we're doing, or if not, we're going to get it. So I think that makes it much more scarier when you really think about it, that there's nothing these aren't some monster or something like that is like, okay, these things are happening because of this, and this is the secret way to defeat this monster. You know, like if it's a vampire or if it's a werewolf, things like that, right? Like, you know, sunlight, a silver bullet, things like that. These are humans that you don't know what their full intentions are, but they're letting you know they're gonna hurt you. So I think that makes it pretty scary if you really think about it. So Knock at the Cabin is definitely one I'm excited to see. Now, another movie that we heard about that's pretty good as well is Smile, which had its premiere at Fantastic Fest. By the way, I have a list of movies from Fantastic Fest I'm excited for, so I'll talk about those at the end. But this is definitely exciting. Smile got some pretty good reviews. They are calling it sort of just J-horror inspired movie, which makes me excited because I think J-horror is such a lost art, honestly. I think J-horror is very scary, and I'm just excited to hear that there's some inspiration behind it. I have not watched it. Hopefully I think I'll be able to watch it next week, and I will give you my thoughts and opinions on it for sure. So we did also get the Hellraiser trailer, which looks incredible, honestly. I did a whole breakdown on it. You can definitely go check out that video to learn my thoughts and opinions on it, but I think it looked good. I think that the whole Jamie Clayton as Pinhead is just brilliant, and I think that it is one of the best choices in casting we've seen in some time now. So I'm excited for it, and I cannot wait to see more of it. I think the voice as well is almost perfect, and the new, Cenobite looks crazy. It was funny because I was asking where is the leather when I was making that video, because there wasn't a lot of leather in this trailer. I don't think I even saw one character in leather. So I was just like, come on, where y'all got that leather hiding, right? So we'll see how it is. As I said, I think it's interesting. We have this rich guy who's just sort of trying to get as many people to figure the lament configuration for him in order for them to be sort of sacrificed and he can reap the rewards. So very messed up on his part for sure. But I'm excited to see how the story will progress as we get further and further into it. So that comes out the first week of October. Like I said, we got a stacked first week of October. We also got a chance to check out Goodnight Mommy, which was on Amazon, and I've talked about it before, and I did make some videos on it. I wasn't that much of a fan of it as I was the original, which I think is a far superior film. So definitely check out the original if you can. I just think that they could have done something different. I think there was more to be done if they wanted to give us something special, not just a rehash of the first one. But what can I expect, right? So we also did get the Maxine trailer. This was after Pearl, and I think I talked a little bit about it during Pearl as well, which I thought was a good trailer. I'm excited to see what Ty West and Mia have cooked up for us. This was always going to be the final movie in this whole trilogy they've been working on since X, which I think is amazing when we can have these people get together and really work on something special, which has been X and Pearl, which I love Pearl, by the way. I've made some videos on it as well. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions on it, definitely go over there and check those videos out. So once I got the Maxine teaser, I was like anticipating this and I was ready. And by the way, we have something special that planned for Maxine and Pearl and X. So it should be dropping pretty soon. Probably by the time you're listening to this, it drops. So go to my channel and go check it out if you want. But it's gonna be a fun time for sure once you go check it out, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it, because we try to make as much entertainment as we can on the channels, and I think this one was pretty good, so I'm excited for y'all to check this out for sure. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me. I think that was most of the horror news I wanted to talk about as well, and we are still going to do our found footage horror film video we've been wanting to do. So I am going to start uploading every other day. Well, not every other day. I mean 2 times a week. So let's see what date it is. On September 27th, I will be having a podcast. And in that one, I want to talk about these found footage horror films. So let me know in the comments wherever you're listening. You could do it on the community post or any other video. What is your favorite found footage horror film? We're going to make a video just on that. And then October 1st is a Saturday, so we're gonna be dropping a lot of Halloween videos here and on TikTok, some shorts and all of that. And then starting that day, we're gonna upload every single day on the podcast, just different talks about different movies. I have a whole list for the calendar as well, so we're excited for spooky season and what's to come. That week we also have some awesome stuff for you as well. I won't give too much away right now. It's just going to be a surprise. By the way, we learned that Wednesday will actually be premiering on Netflix Thanksgiving weekend, which will be November 23rd. And I'm excited for that for sure. Christina Ricci is returning, playing a brand new role, but it's exciting, honestly. So, like I said, October 1st, we're going to be dropping a ton of stuff. I'm still working out all of that. We got a hopefully intro done by then, logo, the Patreon dropping as well, and a ton of other stuff. By then, we're going to be at 25K and above for sure. So probably we'll announce the giveaway that last day of September, or that first. Actually, we'll do a lot of things that first day. We'll do a live stream and all of that as well. So more on that probably on Wednesday after I see Smile. And I'll have a review for y'all on Thursday. So it's going to be a jam-packed week, next 2 weeks for sure. So it's exciting. I love having a lot of these videos due and all of that. And we're also going to drop a short that day. So we're really pushing ourselves, aren't we? So anyways, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on all the things we discussed today, whether you're excited for them or not. Like I said, I'm excited for Cloverfield. I'm excited for the news as well, that we're going to get a new Final Destination movie, because it's been a while for sure. I'm excited for The Nun 2, and I am excited for Knock at the Cabin. Hopefully we get some more news about that as well. So anyways, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, whether you're listening on YouTube or Buzzsprout or wherever you are. Share it with anybody as well on your social media pages. We're trying to get to 25K on YouTube. Once we do, we are announcing our giveaway, so that's pretty soon. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. But anyways, I do have a ton of stuff planned this weekend and into the week ahead, as well as next weekend. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary, and I'm scared myself. So I don't know if that's any clue as to what it is. But as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Also, check out my Don't Worry Darling ending explained. I never really considered Don't Worry Darling a horror in itself. I always see it more as a sci-fi movie, but it is definitely one that a lot of people are talking about. So if you want to check out what the twist, what everything was at the end, that is definitely your video to go check out. So yeah, if you're just interested in knowing what everything meant at the end, what that ending really is, definitely go check out that video, Don't Worry Darling Ending Explained, on the YouTube channel. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Like I said, let me know your favorite horror film that is a found footage in the comments down below. We're going to be talking about them next week and just asking where are the other found footage horror films nowadays, because I think there is a way to do them right, and I just hope that it is not lost, because I think that there can come some very interesting storytelling from them. So I do hope that later down the road we are able to get something in the likes of it and have a sort of resurgence of it as well. Reemergence, resurgence. Sometimes I just lose what word I want to say, right? But anyways, make sure you follow us as well. Culture Elixir is our @ for both Twitter and TikTok. We're going to be uploading more on TikTok starting today by the time you're listening to this podcast. We're going to try and get to 10,000 subscribers over there, or 5,000 at least, by next weekend. So we're going to try our hardest this week to go hard on it and make sure we get to that. Twitter as well. I don't know how you get followers on Twitter, right? You got to get something witty up on your screen or whatever. So, anyways, I just lost my train of thought, y'all. So I'm lost right now. Okay. So, anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. Like I said, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us here. Make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button wherever you are. And also, make sure you are just listening to all of these podcasts. We'll be dropping 2 every week starting tomorrow again, and we will also have a special one for the first day of October, which will be next Saturday, so you don't want to miss out on that one. We'll probably be announcing the giveaway details and all that, because I think by then we should be at 25k, and we'll also be announcing our Patreon merch and a lot of other things as well. We're starting to go a lot harder on the website as well, so cultureelixir.com is the name of the website. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and really hope you have a great and awesome week. And as always, that is going to do it for me. Check out all of our other podcast episodes you might have missed. Check out all of our other videos as well that you haven't checked out on our YouTube channel. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive, my friends.